Good afternoon, student. In the previous class, we discussed about the performance. So, how we determine the performance of a computer. Okay, ma? Here, totally 7 factors are there. So, the first one is processor clock. Okay. Next, basic performance equation, pipelining and superscalar operation. Okay, ma? Pipelining and superscalar operation. Processor clock, basic performance equation, pipelining and superscalar operation. Okay, these 3 parameters are completed in the previous class. Okay, so the next one is clock rate, instruction set syscountries, compilers, performance measurement. Okay, ma, these are also factors affects the performance. Okay, now we will discuss about this clock rate, how this clock rate affects the performance. So what is meant by clock rate here? What is meant by clock rate? Clock rate means number of clock cycles per second. Okay, ma? Number of clock cycles per second. Okay, ma? So how we know the number of clock cycles per second? Suppose if we are taking some definite time here. Suppose if we are taking the clock cycles like this. Clock cycle means that is the execution of one basic step. Okay, each basic step executed in one clock cycle. Okay, ma, that means if you are taking the program, that will be a sequence of instructions. Okay, for executing each instruction, we are having number of basic steps. Okay, for executing the instruction, we are having the number of basic steps. That is fetch the instruction, decode the instruction, and fetch the operands. Next, execute the instruction. Next, store the result. That means for executing each instruction, we are having number of steps. Okay, ma? Number of steps. Each step takes one clock cycle. Okay, that is, if you are taking, this is the clock here. This will be the clock period. Okay, the total time required for on period and off period. This will be the clock period. TP. Clock period TP. So for all the clock cycles, this TP value is same. Okay, ma? So here the clock period will be taking less in this clock. Okay, suppose if you are taking the clock signal like this. Here, what is the clock period? So this is the clock period TP. Okay, ma, here TP is taking high. Okay, suppose if you are considering this time instant, okay, here we are having 1, 2, third clock cycle, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. That means in this time totally 6 steps are completed. If the TP will be low, okay, clock period will be low. Suppose if you are taking the clock signal like this, okay, so only here 3 steps are completed. First step, second step, and third step, because here the clock period will be taking as high. Okay, Amma? That means here based on the number of clock cycles per second, the number of basic steps will depend. Okay, Amma? So here the number of basic steps means based on the instruction, the number of steps followed. Okay, na? Suppose if you are taking the number of clock cycles will be very high per second, then we are getting the execution time will be less. The performance is more. Okay, ma? Like that here, based on the clock rate, the performance varies. Okay, ma? Based on the clock rate, the performance varies. Here, for designing IC technology only, by using the logic gates, we are trying to reduce the clock period here. Okay, ma? We are trying to reducing the clock period here. 2 basic steps are there. One is by using logic gates, we are trying to reduce the clock period. Okay, ma? So based on this clock rate, the performance varies. Okay, are you understand? Here only 3 steps are only covered. If TP will be less, then 6 steps are covered. That means within less time we are getting the output. Okay. If you see the material, in that see the clock rate. Okay, there are 2 possibilities for increasing the clock rate R. Okay, if we increase the clock rate R, then the execution time will be less. Okay, improving the IC technology makes a logical circuit faster, which reduces the time of execution of basic steps. Okay, ma? Reduces the time of execution of basic steps. This allows the clock period P to be reduced. Okay, clock period P to be reduced and the clock rate R to be increased. Whenever the clock period will be reduced, then what about the clock rate? That will be increased. Okay, reducing the amount of processing done in one basic step also makes it possible to reduce the clock period. Okay, this is another way how to reduce the clock period. However, if the actions that have to be performed by the instructions remain the same, okay, the number of basic steps needed may increase. That means depending on the instruction, the number of basic steps will be increased. Okay, so whenever increases in the value are that are entirely caused by the improvements in IC technology. This affects all aspects of the processor's operation equally with the exception of the time it takes to access the main memory. Okay, ma? Here in the presence of cache, the percentage of access to the main memory is small. Okay, that means by taking the cache, we are retrieving the data very easily. Okay, hence much of the performance gain accepted from the use of faster technology can be realized. Okay, ma? So in this way, the clock rate affects the performance. Okay, so what is the next one? What is the next one? Instruction set, CISC and RISC. Okay, ma? Instruction set, CISC and RISC. What is meant by CISC and RISC? CISC means complex instruction set computer. RISC means reduced instruction set computer. Okay, ma? CISC means complex instruction set computer. RISC means reduced instruction set computer. So here, if you are taking the instructions, complex instruction means like the example is add R1 R2 R3. Okay, this is the example for complex instruction. Here, how many operands we are using? 3 operands, R1, R2, R3. Okay, ma? So here, what are the steps executed in this instruction? The first step is addition of R1 and R2. That means addition of R1 and R2. Actually, the first step is fetch the instruction. For executing any instruction, or you remember the steps? Fetch the instruction. Fetch the instruction. Next, decode the instruction. Next, calculate the effective address. Calculate the effective address of operands next. Fetch the operands. Fetch the operands Next, execute the instruction. And remember in the first performance affect processor clock, we learn these steps. Okay, ma? Execute the instruction. After executing, we are getting the result. So the last step is store the result. Store the result. Okay, ma? So here, all the steps are followed here. So the important are addition of R1 and R2. The second one is the result is stored in R3. Okay, R3 is equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, ma, suppose if you are taking these two steps, these two are important here. So here the number of instructions n equal to 1. Okay, and how many steps are doing here? S is equal to, for one instruction, 2 steps are there. Okay, this is complex instruction. Okay, ma. Next, risk reduced instruction means a simple instruction, that is add R1 comma R2. Here how many operands we are taking? 2 operands. So what is the meaning here? R2 equal to R1 plus R2. Only one instruction, and per instruction how many steps? 1 step. Okay. So if we want the result in R3 register, then we are taking another instruction, that is move R2 comma R3. Okay. So whatever the result in R2 register, that will be moved to R3 register. Okay. That means here in this instruction S equal to 1. Okay. S equal to 1. For this instruction also S equal to 1. So for getting the same result, how many instructions are required here? N equal to 2. Okay, ma? N equal to 2. For each instruction, how many steps we are doing? Only one step. Okay, amma? Here, what is N into S value? That is 1 into 2, that is 2. Here also, N into S equal to, N into S equal to, N is 2 number of instructions. Capital N is 2 number of instructions. For instruction, the steps are only 1. So that is equal to 2. Okay, Amma. Whatever it is, if you are taking complex instruction or reduced instruction, but the multiplication of N into S will be constant. And you remember the basic performance equation here? What is basic performance equation? T equal to T equal to N into S by R. Okay, ma, T means the total execution time. Okay, the total execution time. If the execution time will be less, then the performance will be more. Okay, like that, based on the CISC and RISC instructions also, the performance varies. Okay, if you see the material, Instruction set CISC and RISC. Simple instructions require a small number of basic steps to execute. That is, if you are taking add R1, R2, then only one step will be there. That is simple instruction. Okay, ma? Complex instructions involve a large number of steps. That is, complex instruction means add R1, R2, R3. Okay, that is the complex instruction. For doing that, 2 steps are required. That means larger number of steps are there. Okay, for a processor that has only simple instruction, a large number of instructions may be needed to perform a given programming task. Okay, this could lead to a large value of n and a small value of s. Okay, if you are taking the simple instruction, n will be large, s will be small. Okay, on the other hand, if individual instruction perform more complex operations, a fewer instructions will be needed. That means the number of instructions will be reduces, leading to a lower value of n and a larger value of s. That here n will be low, s will be high. Okay, it is not obvious if one choice is better than the other, but complex instructions combined with pipelining would achieve one best performance. Okay, ma? Complex instruction with pipelining. That means here complex instruction will be taking, then the number of steps will be more. Whenever we are using pipelining, then what happened here? Within the less number of clock cycles only we are getting the result. In the previous class, we discussed about the pipelining. Without pipelining and with pipelining. Without pipelining means more number of clock cycles required to execute some instructions. The same number of instructions will be executed with the less number of clock cycles if we are using the pipelining concept. Okay, so here complex instructions combined with the pipelining would achieve one best performance. However, it is much easier to implement efficient pipelining in processes with a simple instruction sets. Okay, ma? So this instruction set CISC and RISC also varies the performance. Okay. The next one is compilers. The next one is compilers. What is meant by compilers here? This is a translator. Okay, ma? This is a translator. This converts high-level language into machine-level language. Okay, so what is high level language and what is machine level language? High level language means which is given by us, that is which is given by the user. Okay, we implemented the programs in high level language that is understandable by the user. Okay, ma? But that high level language is not understood by the machine, that is processor. Okay, processor can understand only the machine language, that is in the form of ones and zeros only. Okay, so what did this compiler do? Whatever the high level language which is given by the user is converted into machine language. Okay, ma? So if this compiler do this activity with very fast, then the execution also very fast. That means the execution time will be very less. In this way also the performance will be varies. Okay, ma? Compilers. So here a compiler translates a high-level language program into a sequence of machine instructions. Okay. Here to reduce n, that is number of instructions, we need to have a suitable machine instruction set and compiler that makes good use of it. Okay. Whenever we need the machine instructions, compulsory we are using the compiler. Okay, ma? An optimizing compiler takes advantage of various features of the target processor to reduce the product n into s. Okay, ma? Whenever the product will be reduced as n into s, then what happens? The execution time will be less. Okay, which is the total number of cycles needed to execute a program. Here, the product n into s will be reduces. Okay, t equal to n into s by r. Okay. Here n into s will be present in the numerator. Isn't it? Numerator. Whenever this numerator will be reduces, then what happens? Totally this factor is also reduces. Isn't it? The numerator reduces means totally the factor reduces. The factor reduces means t will be reduces. T will be reduces. Whenever t will be reduces, that is execution time, then the performance will be more. Okay, ma? Okay, that is the meaning here. An optimizing compiler takes advantage of various features of the target processor to reduce the product n into s. Okay. So in this way, by using the compiler also, the performance varies. Okay, ma? This is one of the parameters. So the next one is, and the last one is performance measurement. Okay, ma? Performance measurement. So this will be discussed in the next class. Okay. So in this class, what are the parameters we learn that affects the performance? Clock rate, that is number of clock cycles per second. Okay, how this will be? This is also defined by using the basic performance equation. What is that? T equal to n into s by r. This is remember. Okay, Amma? Based on this only, all the parameters are affected. N into s by r. So what is r? What is this r? Clock rate, number of clock cycles per second. Okay, this is in denominator. Okay, denominator.